A lot of you may already know the van, and it is one of the nicest vans out there in the UK caddy scene. It's got the hybrid bumpers, the arch kit, 20-inch Bentleys, it's done inside, it's done outside, it's got the 3.2 litre VR6 engine, it sounds the nuts, it's got flappy paddle shift on the steering wheel. Not only is it one of the nicest vans, it's inspired me with a lot of the build series on mine. He wants a colour change, new front bumper, all the good stuff. He's a very good friend, and that's why I've decided to do it for him. He wants a show quality because it isn't looking at its finest at the moment. I've already done a couple of bits. Check out this montage of shots. Again, we have already done some bits. Darren had the full arch kit, we took the side mouldings off. The front bumper is going for a new one. And before a few of you comment, what's he doing with the old one? I've already sold it to someone, that and the grille. I still need to get the sticky marks off because we had to take his arch kit off. Can I make this better? Now this is a show van. Darren keeps it in pristine condition. Can I make it better? Well, I hope so. I do hope so. As we've got the mouldings off, the doors are full of holes. So is the quarter the other side. I don't want to fill them up with water, so I've taped them off. Now, if this is the first video you've seen, or you haven't seen many, I am a bit of a detailer. Snow foam, brushes, detail this, detail that. I'm not really. I'm only just moving away from the bucket and sponge, the scratch and shine. But I am getting used to the snow foam. It is good stuff. And I am using today Auto Foam Snow Foam Pro, the ultimate snow foam. I've put 300ml in this bottle, the rest with water, some Maguire's bottle attachment. And I've been told that you're meant to spray the snow foam on before washing it. That way it's got something to grip onto. Someone's coming to kill my life right off, so I need to move the camera. Life of a YouTuber. Moving the camera, interruptions. Now all we need is Darren, the owner, to ring me. Should put it on silent. Let's try out this snow foam. I'm not going to bore you with a massive detailing video. For one, I'm not a detailer. For two, you might have seen me do it loads. But if there's a good product, you guys know I like to share. 300ml, the rest is water. That is thick. Wow, that is thick. That is seriously thick. I can turn that down a bit. Look how thick it is. Auto Smart snow foam for the win. 1 litre bottle, 300ml of snow foam, rest water, and I even had to dial it back a bit. It's that thick. Eh? Hose has come off. It is a citrus blast as well. I take the mickey out of some detailers saying, why has it got to be citrus this, berry blast that, bubble gum this? It's a bit like the vape guys, isn't it? But it does smell nice. It's quite nice actually. Anyway, reason I'm cleaning it, it's going to have a paint job. There's grit, no, the sun's shining, it surprised me. There is grime over it. There's grease, I need to clean all the door shuts. I need to make it very pretty. And that is ready to sand it down. Not only when you start in a project is all the grime and grease going to affect your paint job, but it's also going to ruin your sanding discs. One thing I do want to mention about some stuff I use, because a lot of you guys do ask, I use truck wash for cleaning anything. It's a good degreaser, it's a good cleaner, it even cleans your pants. People have asked what one I use. I ring Euro car parts. I think it's non-caustic. That's snow foam from AutoSmart. I'm really impressed. It's still heavily foamy. Look, I could scoop. Don't taste too good. Don't eat it, kids. And yes, these brushes are brutal, but it's getting a coat of paint and they help massively with scrubbing stuff off. So now I'm going to scratch the living snot out of his paint, rinse it off, clean all the door shuts, dry it, and it's going inside. You've got to go outside. Because you've got to go outside. You can't sit in here hiding in the dark all the time just to keep dry. You've got to go outside because Darren's is coming in. All right? Shh, people are watching. You're going outside. So anyway, guys. Oh, where's the keys? Bloody, I'm never ready. I have got, I can't find the keys. Come on. No retakes, let's get it. I have got to make room, so Darren's caddy in the spray booth, do all the dents, do all the priming, do all the small work, sand it off, make it ready, and then we're going to go and use the paint booth down there. By the end of this video, I'm going to try and do it in one video. No 2 part 1, part 3, part 4, one video. So you move back. This thing sounds nuts. My caddy, shut up. My caddy lives in the dry now. There is a rust bubble starting to explode on the bonnet. It's a bit like a zit on a teenager. And it is actually starting to pop. You know, like a teenager's whitehead. So I try to keep it as dry as possible. I have got a workshop next door. I can stick a van. Let me go forward, get a bit closer to the camera. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm sure you can. Rode microphones, they're very good. So this, my van, is sitting over there in a field, I'll show you, and the silver van, that isn't really worth anything at the moment, that gets to go next door in the dry. He can't stay outside because he's got a little bit of bare metal. The primer isn't 100% waterproof. So my van's outside. Silver caddy gets dry workshop. Darren's gets my parking spot. Well, I've just found a new parking spot for my one. Oh, did I push record on the camera? Literally, the joys of a YouTuber. You take a shot, you forgot to push record, you've got to try and reenact the same scene, and it never goes to plan the second time round because you always rush it because you're annoyed with yourself. I have found another parking spot in front of, guess what, yet another caddy, but it's going to take me 10 minutes of keep shuffling forward because I do not want to touch my bumper. Oh, that was a bit aggressive. At least you're not over in a field, darling. That's... Oh, picked up some stones going through the car park. You're going to have to sit out here. No moaning. Okay? No moaning. She's not happy. I will send Darren a picture of his van taking pride of place in my workshop. It'll make him happy. It's been here about 4 months, maybe 5. And the only reason I'm doing it for him, because I don't do customer work. I don't have the time. And I don't really have the desire to earn loads of money. So it doesn't matter how much money you offer me, I'm normally not interested. But Darren's such a nice guy, and he's so flexible, he hasn't asked me once how his van's getting on. And that's probably because he's seen it parked, dumped, in all the videos. And every time he comes down. And he's such a good friend, that is why I said I'd do it for him. Oh, it needs to go over a little bit. I don't know. That'll do. I'm going to let that drip dry overnight. I've done all the door shuts, all the good stuff. I'm now going to meet Mark, Lambo green caddy, Peugeot green, whichever one it is. Mercedes green. I'm going in the T5. We're going to this car wash again. They do a nice burger. And we shall resume tomorrow. There's only about 5 dents on this. I want to smash this out in 2 days, get it in primer, and while it's sat in primer for a few days, I'm then going to get on to the hybrid bumpers. Hopefully you guys will watch the video because there's a lot of effort going into them. I've already started one, bit of a giveaway. Let's see what tomorrow brings. What a beautiful morning, a beautiful start to the day. And we are out here early. The sun is right in my retinas, but it's all good. I am getting all 4 wheel arch liners off. Every good paint job. Oh yeah, we got that screw. Every good paint job. Is he in there? Starts with the wheel arch liners off. And that is so we can get right behind it. Need to get the bumper off. I am making a meal of it. Have I put the screws in? Can't see because the sun's right in my eyeballs. No screw. So, if I pop you out the way without marking the bumper, because that is going to a new owner. And he has got a candy white caddy, so it's perfect, straight on. There is only a handful of little dents. It's nothing like the silver caddy I've just done. This one is clean, which is good if you're trying to do a repaint. But the colour it's going, I've not revealed yet, makes it a little bit harder than your average repaint. I'll give you a little clue. It's going candy, or it's going to have a candy pearl. And what I'm going to do, because I am busy, I did a lot of explaining about bodywork in the last video. So this video, I'm just going to, and this repaint, I'm going to cut to the chase. What else is holding you on? Ah, I remember. Where is he? So they weigh a bit, these bumpers, hybrids. So I put a strategic cable tie to take the load. Not both sides by the looks of it. Well, it's still quite attached. Well, there's a car coming to ruin the shot. I need to get this bumper off. I was hoping to get it off in this shot, but I can't find the strategic cable tie I put on. It's normally always good to have someone help you take a bumper off, especially such a valuable bumper. But I'm on my ones. Oh God. Let's cut to getting the bumper off. Found it. Hopefully it don't now fall on me. Oh, oh. and drop it. Yeah, still got to disconnect the fog light wires, get the rear wheel off, get the wheel arch liner, and look at a minimal amount of dents. What an absolute glorious day. How good does that look? With no front end on, headlights out, bumper off, door handles, side repeaters. I've also done the filler work. Look how small the filler work. It's another reason why I said I would take loads of money off him and paint his van, because look how clean it is. That is all the filler work. There's a dent on the boot. If you don't want to mark an area, I mentioned in the last bodywork video about not marking the next panel or not marking a bit of glass. Simply get some masking tape, saves you marking it. Yeah, literally, what's there, 5 dents? Super easy, super simple. One I've got to play with now, rear lights out as well. There is a dent here, and yes, it's covered by the arch kit, but I have to do it. I have to do it. So let's go use the dent puller and get this last bit of quarter nice and straight. Yeah, this is easy. I have only done a couple of hours so far. Spent a few hours stripping all the wheel arch liners out, but yeah, I'm in on this one. I am in. 80 grit on the sander, bare metaled it. I have then got a funky tool from AliExpress, and that redraws the line. Someone has swooped through it and literally took the swage line completely away. Low, high spot. We've got the dent puller. I'm going to run along the line very slowly, all the way along the line, pulling it out very slowly. You're not going to pull it out in one, you want to move and pull very slow bits. Arch pulled out nicely, happy little repair. Swage line is back and it's all good. There is something I want to mention. Bit soppy. Is it soppy? I don't know, you decide. I've mentioned Darren a lot in this video, obviously, because it's his van. But reasons why I'm doing it for him. He's just been such a good mate. I've known him about 1.5 years through the caddy scene. We've become good friends, very good friends. And even though I have merch, t-shirts, hoodies, all the good stuff, I tried to give Darren a hoodie or a t-shirt and he says no. He buys them off the merch store, he pays the postage, and I tried to give him them and he said no. He said, I support you and your channel and everything you do 100%, and if that means paying the full price for the merch, so be it. And that is another reason why I'm laid on my back undoing these bloody 13mm bolts to get the bumper off. What an absolute geezer he is. Darren, if you see this video, I appreciate you, mate. Thank you. Oh, but I wish these bolts would come off a bit easier. likes the boys in the band. She knows when I come to town. Don't like that. You won't find nobody better than me. 'Cause I'm the best you. 12-hour shift yesterday. What a beautiful, beautiful day, apart from all the noise. Come on, boys. Anyway, 12-hour day yesterday, and I got loads done. This was a fully running and driving van yesterday. Whole front end off, headlights out, indicators out, door handles out, back bumper, rear lights. I have got the little quarter windows out today, and I've done all of the damage. On the wing, there was a couple of chips that were under the side repeaters. Again, you're not going to see them, but I have to do them. Couple of little dents around it. All easy stuff. The rear quarter one, I'll show you a shot. Well, you might have already seen a shot. I don't know how the editing's going to go, but once I finished it, it looked like Pinhole City because it was one skim of filler. So I've done it again. We got all the pinholes fresh. Found a big dent in the boot. I guess someone had been slamming the boot. There was a big dent. All done. This side, so I did do the damage. We done the dent on the wing. Another chip that goes under the side repeater. Not a mark in that door. Not a mark in the quarter or a mark in the top quarter, happily. Sliding door. I believe you saw me cut out the handle. We're doing handle delete. I cut it out. I put in a piece of metal from my transporter from when I cut the windows out, used similar metal. It shrunk and heavily warped. So I cut it out again and his door went back to original shape. I will have another go at it. Oh, of course, I've got to have another go at it because I've got to do it. But I'm going to do that off camera. Try not to warp it as much. I will explain the process once I've worked out how to do it without warping. I've done loads of metal work in the past, but that one, it didn't happen. There is a little bit of rust on the back of the sill, and where the roller goes is a little bit fluffy. So I'm going to bare metal all this, etch prime it, paint it. But I got a lot done yesterday. If the sliding door would have been done, all the damage would have been done in one day. Happy with that. But today is Wednesday, last Wednesday of the month. So you know what time it is. It's caddy meet video. So I need to do a couple of bits to my van. I'm going to have a day off this one today. Start filming the caddy meet video. And we'll get back to this tomorrow. But progress has gone well so far. Very good, in fact. Well, it's been a few days. Yeah, a couple of days, few days, 2 days, 3 days. That is a few days. Caddy meet video is Wednesday. It's now Friday. I was knackered yesterday. I did spend some time on his sliding door. You've seen me trying to delete the handle. It's not going well. Might have to buy another door. Anyway, it's prime time. And if you saw the caddy, silver caddy video where we done all the body work, I ended up using paper to cover up for primer, and I did mention about I should have used sheeting, and on this I've used sheeting. Basically it is painter's sheet. 5M stands for 5 meters width, and that's because it's a bigger van. If you get 4M it will end up coming up the sides. Basically, you tape around the area you're going to prime, pull the sheeting over, cut it out with a cutter. I'm never ready. Basically, it's a bit of plastic with a blade in it. One of those bad boys, hopefully you can see. You cut the sheeting out, put some masking tape over it, and you can go round any little areas a lot quicker. So if you're priming a project and you've got loads of little priming areas, it saves a lot of time sheeting up. Because you don't want overspray everywhere. I've cleaned it, I've cleaned it, I've cleaned it. Now this is bare metal here. Don't know what was going on. When I looked at Darren's tailgate, you would never know this. I've seen his van many times, and the only damage I could see on his van was one little dent here. I then spotted a dent there. Then there's some ropey filler going on under the number plate. Yes, you're not going to see it under the number plate, but I made it a bit prettier. And we got bare metal here, don't know what's going on. There was a little chip of paint around the handle, took the handle out, bare metaled it. Because we've got bare metal, I am going to do a bit of U-Pole acid etch primer. And the acid adheres to bare metal better, and it's got anti-rust properties. It's cold out there. It's cold in here. I'm just going to very lightly warm up the bare metal. You don't need to, but I want it to dry today, because after the etch primer's gone off, I will go straight in with 2K high build primer. Oh, the airline's not plugged in. Why am I never ready? Forget ever ready batteries. It's DTE. He's never ready. I'm left-handed. That's going to... Oh, compressor's going. I'm left-handed, so that's going to put me right in the way of you guys. With etch primer, you're not trying to layer loads on there. You just want a little dusting, a little covering. That's a little bit. Blow a bit of air across it. That is about it. That is enough etch primer. So, never ready. I need to get the high build primer. Any more bare metal? Hello, cheeky. Of course, wear a mask. I'm only dusting a little bit on. I held my breath. No more bare metal. No more bare metal. Let me knock up some high build and let's get Optimus in. Prime. A little tiny bit of primer over the fillered areas or the worked areas. That's going to soak in fast. When that's flashed off, I'm going to go over it with a heavy coat. That's going to flash off in about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go a little bit further, feathering out the edges of the high build primer. But before I go too mad, I've got zero pattern coming out the gun, so I need to clean the nozzle. Let me do that. Primer's flashed off. Couldn't bother to clean that gun out. I'll do it in a minute because I'm not ready. So we've got the Chinesium GTI Pro, also called Listen. Listen now. Hear me now. Primer's gone off. Heavy time. the pattern still isn't wide. Well, it's wider. It's because it's thick primer. I'll let that flash off for 20 minutes, half hour. If it was the summer, it'd flash off in no time at all. I'm going to come in, I'm going to give it one more wet coat, and then I'm going to go a little bit further just to fade out the edges of my primer. But remember, whenever you're priming, don't go right up to your tape, because when you peel the tape off, you'll have a cliff edge, and you can't rub that cliff edge out. Can't rub it out. So it feathers out, so you can rub the edge out. Anyway, it's enough of priming. I'll finish this, we'll get it outside, and I'll show you how badly I've ruined his door. Ruined it! Proper. Time to rub the primer down, and we're going straight in. I'll start blocking it down with 320 grit. If you're high build primering something, it's always good practice to rub it down with 320 on the block. That straightens out any imperfections. There wasn't a lot of primer on this, so it didn't take too long, but we got it blocked down. We got the swage lines looking nice, happy with how it looks. Moved on to the tailgate, we blocked all the flat areas, and then in the number plate recess was a little bit tricky, but we got it done. There was plenty of material, plenty of paint on this, so I spent a little while with 500 on the sander, holding the sander completely flat. No deviation, no digging the sander in. I wanted it to be as flat as possible by sanding it super flat. I went over it probably 4 or 5 times using 6 discs just on the big rear quarter. Nice and easy. Got it super flat, went round it again, just tickling it off any edges, and then with the final pass, I got a soft pad, an interface pad, 500, and we went over it a couple more times, and that just made sure it was super flat, super prepped, and ready for paint, and that brings us up to now. I'm in the booth, I'm ready. 10 days of work to get to this stage, a 13-hour shift yesterday, it's in the booth, it's taped, it needs a clean. I've given it a little clean already. We need to give it one more clean and finally get some paint on it. Oh, it is finally time. I've spent about half hour cleaning it, blowing it off. It's ready. Now with regards to the colour, it's going dark. Now to make it all even and not patchy, I'm going to put a black base coat down. So I'm going to paint it black. That's going to flash off, and then we're going to come in with the colour. The colour has got a pop to it, a pearl, you might say. I'm keen to get on with it. No more chit chat. I'm just going to take some shots. Some of it will be sped up, some of it will be real time. Let's get this done. I am ready. There's a bug. No buggy, not today. I should have shut the booth doors last night. Never mind, let's get it. weeks of absolute graft has got us to this stage, but just before we have a peek, let me show you the sliding door, because I mentioned earlier in the video that I ruined it. Let me show you. Straight in, I can see it from here. You can see the square. Let me zoom in. Can you see the little dimple marks above? And it's all pulled in around the square. Zoom out, yes. He wanted a D handle. He wanted it the smooth look, and I was with him. I get what he's going for, and I really like it. Let me prop you up. As I've welded this in, it didn't overheat, it didn't expand, but at the very end of it, when I welded the final piece, it is completely shrunk. So the metal has got a bit hot, but not too hot, because all the way up to 99% of welding, it was absolutely perfect. I kept feeling it, I kept it cool. The last stage, the last bit of welding, the whole sheet is completely pulled up. So it's pulling from this angle and it's pulling from that angle. This area went floppy, you can see. Down here is sucked in. That whole piece has shrunk. Darren, he did say he would go and buy another door. Not, you broke my door, you owe me another door. He said, that's all right, thanks for having a go, I'll buy another door. And that's another reason why I'm painting his van, because he's such an understanding guy, a good friend, so that's why I'm doing it. And for that reason, I'm going to save it. This metal has shrunk. If I get a hammer and dolly, I need to lay this down on a trestle and hammer and dolly all through this metal, all through this weld, and thinning the metal out will make it bigger and should fix it. Well, that's it anyway. I may have said at the start of this video, I'm going to try and do it in one video. No 2 part 1, part 3, part 4, one video. But 3 weeks of absolute graft, I have had no time to film any other footage, do no other videos, literally from 8 AM till 9, 10 o'clock at night, every night I've been on that van. I haven't missed a Friday video in a couple of years, and I'm not going to start now, so this is far, or this is as far as I've got. I hope you like it. What are we saying about that? How mean does that look? It's the murdered out black on black on black. The reason I haven't put the grills in the bumper, I haven't painted the grills, he wants some fancy colour, and I don't want to pop them in for this last shot. It's so hard to pop the grills in and get them back out without scratching the paint. I didn't want to risk doing it just for this shot. Headlights ain't in, I'm doing something fancy with the inside. Check out the lack of paint line. That's black, that is the colour. Can we see any? You can see it's a bit red. That is taped up, de-taped, lacquered all in one go. Absolute no edge to it, just how I like it. I have already polished what we painted in the start of the video, the van, the quarters and the wings. I've given them a little polish because the shine did pull up ever so slightly. I haven't polished the doors, I haven't polished the bumpers, I haven't polished the bonnet or the tailgate. One thing I didn't film, I have painted the back bumper too. But his lights that went with the white van, we believe they want tinting, blacking out. We're going for the murdered black look. I do need to paint. He's got 2 sets of them wheels, and I plan to paint the wheels for him. We haven't got that far. The lacquer has pulled up quite a bit on the tailgate. I will polish it. "95% of the time, this is blacked out, and then every time some lights go on it, or the sun goes on it, it absolutely pops. Obviously, we're all painted inside petrol flaps and stuff. Proper job. All in the sliding door. All in all the door shuts, sorry. Paint is looking good on the quarter. and the lower quarter, nice and shiny. I have also assembled the rail cover and a few other bits. We painted the door trims gloss black. I have also painted his sidebars in gloss black, but we're out of time. I am literally going out for dinner in about 10 minutes. And it's Thursday evening. Check that out. We have got a splitter to go on the front, and the grills, we've got something really posh going on with the grills. I am absolutely loving this front end. So much so that that's what's happening with the silver one over there. It's going to be a bit of a copy, but different colour, different wheels, etc. That is as mean as you like. What do you guys at home think? I'm not the best painter out there. I don't claim to be no professional. I just understand good paint. I take my time and I do my best to come up with what I can. I am absolutely loving that. Darren hasn't seen a complete shot like this yet. He saw a bit of paint, he was happy. I will quickly pull it in the sun, but I have polished this quarter and I haven't final polished it. You can see the reflection, check that out. Oh yeah, what I mean is I have polished the quarter, but you might see some swirl marks because I haven't fine polished it. So I'll pull it in the sun and we'll have a better look. We have got a bit of hologrammy going on and it is a lot dustier out here, but you can see the colour. Look at that. You can't see that at all when it's dark. And that, if you walk around the whole car, it follows you. Or around the whole car, around the old vehicle. You can see it on the pillar trim there. You only catch it in some lights. Check that out. I'm glad I pulled it in the sun now. You can see my hologram marks from polishing. Many YouTubers probably wouldn't show this, but this is honesty. But check that out. I am so glad I pulled it in the light. I don't care about the hologrammy marks. You can see my rubbing and you can see my polishing. I'm not finished, but I had to show it. Check that out. Although it looks a bit pony in some bits, that, I'm so happy with that. As I say, it literally follows you as you walk round it. The holograms follow you as well. Obviously that's not going to be there. And then you come around this side and you can't see none of it. Shiny. That's probably hologrammy too. I'm not trying to hide anything here. Yeah, I'm happy with that, really happy. I'll be a lot happier in this final shot if I had another 2-3 hours to polish it, but hey ho. That is really, really nice. And the company that make this paint, they also make one that's black with a blue. Maybe I might do the silver one that colour, I don't know. All under the bonnet is done. Excuse me. He's got like a polo bonnet stay. It looks good for car shows, but if you're trying to work on it, even a big geezer like me struggles under there. It's all nice and cut body colour under there. Yes, I need to paint the hinges before any of you comment. I know, I can see. Need to paint the hinges. I did obviously paint all inside the wings. Need to paint a bit of the engine bay. He just wants it satin black in there, which is good. Happy days. Flick can, rattle can. Bit of taping up. I'm happy with that. Again, look at the colour. I would have been a bit even happier if the swirl marks weren't in the wing, but hey ho, who cares? I say who cares, I care. Anyway, that is going to about do it. Let me know if you want to see a part 2. because I've done this in 3 weeks. I've barely slept, barely ate, even though I'm going out for dinner now. RMS Diagnostics, my good friend Bob, I'm going out to dinner with him. Let me know if you want to see a part 2, because I need to paint the wheels, his other set. I need to paint some detail bits on the bottom grille. I've done something fancy with the headlights. I need to paint the mouldings, and he's still got the arch kit to go back on. And I need to fix the sliding door and paint that. Oh. So let me know if you want to see a part 2, or do you want me to just skip straight on to doing my silver van? And that brings me to, if you've seen this video and you think, oh, you didn't show much information, I'd like to have seen a bit more of the fitting up and stuff. Well, I've got ya. I have got ya. Either, there's 2 options. First one, I've took a lot more footage of what you've seen today or this evening. Whenever you watch the video, I took a lot of footage and I've crumpled this down into a bite-sized piece. So in 2 weeks, I'll take part 2, if you want to see a part 2 that is, and then I'm going to make a little movie out of it. So I'm going to put the 2 together, and there's going to be loads of footage that you haven't seen in today, or part 2, if you want to see it, of fitting it up and stuff. So there is loads of information in that, nearly couldn't say it. Or if you want to see a different van, my silver van, the Caddy, that is going to have a full build series. It's already in primer, but that's a full build series. There's probably going to be 5, 6, 7 episodes on that, and I explain as we go along. This one was just a bite-sized video on a full repaint on a vehicle. Oh, big shout out to everyone who purchased DTE TV Lolly Stick Edition shades after the last video. Really appreciate that. They are going out fast. So if you would like some DTE TV Lolly Stick Edition sunglasses, dtetv.net. I really appreciate all that and the support. Purchasing the merch and stuff. The missus posts it out super quick. So if you bought some shades last Friday evening, the missus was already posting them Saturday morning, so you should have received Monday or Tuesday. Anyway, that is going to about do it for now. Let me know about part 2. Go and check out the merch store, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, yeah.